Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys how to make a delicious caldo de fideo con pollo. In case you guys want to know how to make this super easy and delicious recipe, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alrighty guys, so let's get started with our ingredients. So for this recipe we're going to need 1.5 pounds of chicken drumsticks, 7 ounces of fideo, 2 cups of chicken broth, a half a small white onion, 2 garlic cloves, 4 New Mexico or guajillo chile pods, 1 chile ancho, 4 Roma tomatoes, 1 to 2 potatoes, 1 Mexican squash, 1 cup of baby carrots, 1 handful of cilantro, 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, vegetable oil, a half a teaspoon of cumin, and a half a teaspoon of whole black pepper. So these are ingredients. Now let's get started. Alright guys, so first we're going to start by prepping all of our ingredients. So I'm going to start by peeling my potatoes. Alright, so after you peel your potatoes, just make sure you rinse them, and now we're just going to cut them into bite size. So cut it in half, and then cut it in half again, and then into small little cubes. Alright, so once we have our potatoes cut into small bite-sized pieces, we're going to transfer them into our strainer. And we're just going to submerge them with water. And now we're just going to set them to the side. Alright, so now I'm just going to cut my carrots into small pieces. And of course, if you prefer to use the long carrots, you can always use those instead. But baby carrots are my favorite. Alright, so once we have our baby carrots all nicely cut, now we're just going to set them to the side. Alright, so for our calabacita, we're just going to remove the ends. We're going to cut it in half, and then half again. And then start cutting into bite-sized pieces. Okay, so once we have our calabacitas all nicely cut, we're going to set them to the side. Alright guys, so for our onion, we're going to cut it in half. We're going to use half for our broth, and the other half we're just going to cut into half moons. Alright, so just separate your onion into little strips like that. And set it to the side. Alright, so now for our chicken drumsticks, I already rinsed them and removed the skin. So now we're just going to pat them dry. Alright, so now I'm just going to create 2 slits on my drumstick. Alright, so now we're just going to season our chicken with your favorite chicken seasoning. And a little bit of salt. Okay, so once our chicken is ready, we can set it to the side. Okay, so now to make our broth, we're going to get a small pot, and we're going to place our chiles. And I already depot them and washed them. So we're also going to place our tomatoes in there. And then for the chile de árbol, I'm going to use 3. Of course, they're optional. So now we're just going to cover them with water and place them on our stove. So set it on medium-high heat, and we're just going to wait for them to come to a boil. Alright guys, so once your chiles and tomatoes come to a boil, we're going to turn it off and let them sit there for 5 minutes. Alright, so after 5 minutes, we're going to strain our chiles and tomatoes and transfer them to the blender. Alright, so in there we're going to add our half of onion, 2 garlic cloves, our cumin and whole black pepper, our chicken bouillon, and our 2 cups of chicken broth or water. So now we're going to blend everything together until we have a very smooth sauce. Alright, so once we have our sauce, now we are ready to start cooking. Alright, so now we're just going to bring 8 cups of water to a boil. Alright guys, so we'll wait for our water to come to a boil. We're going to fry our fideos and onion. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil. And once that heats up, we can get started. Alright, so once our oil is hot, and I have it set on medium heat, so we're going to add our onions. and our fideo. So now we're just going to fry them for about 2 minutes or until all of our fideos have turned into a golden color. Alright, so just make sure that you're moving them constantly. Alright, so once the fideo has turned into a beautiful golden color, we're going to remove them from the oil. Alright, so in the same pot, I'm going to add another tablespoon of oil. So make sure you move your oil. And now we're going to place our chicken. So we're going to cook our chicken for 2 minutes on each side. Okay, so after 2 minutes, we're going to flip them over to the other side. And let that side cook for another 2 minutes. Okay, so we're going to flip it one more time. And just keep repeating this step until your whole drumstick is cooked. It's not going to be fully cooked, but just the outside. Alright guys, so once our chicken is cooked all around, we're going to add our sauce. And to that we're going to add our water, our boiling water. Now if you don't want to boil your water, you can always just throw the water in here like that. Okay, I'm just going to get a little bit of the water into my blender. And now we're just going to wait for this to come to a simmer. Alright, so once the chicken has come to a simmer, we're going to cover it. And we're going to reduce our heat to low medium. We're just going to continue allowing it to cook for 10 minutes. Alright guys, so after 10 minutes, we're going to add in our fideo. So now you can throw your fideo with your chicken, but at the end you're going to end up with overcooked fideos. So now we're just going to give it a quick mix. Cover it and let that cook for another 10 minutes. Okay guys, so after 10 minutes, we're going to add our carrots and potatoes. Just give it a quick mix. That's my timer. Alright, so now we're going to close them and let them cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. Alright guys, so it's been 7 minutes. So at this point, we're going to throw in our calabacitas along with the cilantro. So just mix it. And add your cilantro. And now we're going to cover them and let them cook for another 5 to 10 minutes. After 5 minutes, everything should be fully cooked. So now for me personally, I don't like my calabacitas to be super soft, mushy soft. So these are perfect. But of course, just make sure that your carrots and potatoes are fully cooked. Super soft. So now our caldo is ready. So we're going to turn it off. And now we are ready to serve. Alright guys, so once we have our caldo served, I'm just going to squeeze out some lime juice. And of course, you can top it with some onion, avocado, your favorite toppings. For me, this is perfect by itself. So now we are ready to enjoy. Alrighty guys, and now for the best part, the taste test. And it's still very hot. But I mean, it's soup. Has to be enjoyed when it's hot. Everything is so delicious, you guys. It's just so flavorful, so perfect. And it's not spicy at all. So that's the best part, that even your kids, get to enjoy it. So everything, the best of both worlds. Alrighty guys, and there you have it on how I make a delicious caldo de fideo con pollo. I hope you guys did enjoy watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and if you recreate this recipe, please don't forget to tag me on any of my social medias. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh no, no. Yeah.
Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú